You got challenges that you're going to run across.
Oh, at the combine, I was 157. I benched 7 times.
225.
Yeah, and that was a lot for me. That was a lot for me. 7 times.
I had a guy on Fred Vincent. He played corner for Green Bay. He got hurt 3, 4, 5 times. Fred was a smaller guy too. This guy benched 19 times 225. I'm like, dang. Hey, my biggest number was your number 7. I did 7 225, and I'm probably double your size. I'm like, that's powerful. 225 7 times.
Yeah. I was hyped up a little bit because before that I had only done 5, but I did 2 extra ones on that day. Okay,
cool. So was you drafted in 1988, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't a big 3-day weekend draft party they have now, right? So was it even on television?
Nah, it was like the first round I think was on television, but I didn't even have a television in college, so I don't even know. But I just remember how it was. First round was 1 through 3, and then it was 4 through 12, actually. It was 1 through 5, then it was 6 through 12. So it was 2 days. And so I had an agent and I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not getting drafted. And Tony, I went to class the first day. And then the second day, my agent like, I think you're going to get drafted. And I received a call. This is how far away the NFL was in my mind. So I get this call and I'm like, hello. And they're like, hey, is this JJ? And I go, yeah. This is head coach Marty Schottenheimer of the Cleveland Browns. I was like, who is this? I didn't even know who he was. I thought it was a joke, It's like
Martin Schott, who?
Marty Schott. I was like, who is this? This is Marty Schottenheimer, head coach. I was like, oh, is this real? He goes, yeah, we just drafted you. I was like, wow, so it hadn't really kicked in yet.
You would have told your teammates, I just got drafted. They're like, really?
No, but what's crazy is now they don't even have 8 rounds. It's like
I know
7 rounds.
7 rounds now.
I would be a free agent.
Wow. So all right. So you get to Cleveland and you get injured in camp.
Yeah, rookie camp. So literally after the draft, the next week there's a mini camp for the rookies. So that camp I went through. And I tore up my ACL ligament, which was my first real setback athletically. That was my first real setback as far as an injury. So that was a bit of a shock, because sometimes you feel you're invincible. But I went through that pity party. And then I said to my doc, hey, doc, can I get my speed back? Because that was my competitive advantage. That was my asset. And when the doctor told me, hey, not only could you get your speed back, you could come back even faster. I was like, that's all you had to say to me.
We can rebuild you. The $6 million man. We have the technology.
That's right.
So you come back. Wait a minute. Before you leave, name some of the players who was on the squad when you was there at Cleveland. 80, 90.
Let's see.
88.
Bernie Kosar.
Okay.
Hanford Dixon, Webster Slaughter, Ozzie Newsome.
Oh, man.
Reggie Lang, Ernest Biner.
Okay.
Mike Golick. I mean, they had that squad that kept losing to Denver in the AFC Championship games. That they had a solid squad.
I remember when Newsome made that big catch in the end zone, and they thought they was going to win, and then something happened, came right back and lost again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wow, they hadn't really had a consistent quarterback since Bernie. How long did Bernie stay? How long did Bernie play? With Cleveland?
Oh man, I think Bernie played 12, 13, 14 years because he left there, and I think he went to Dallas or Miami. I can't remember.
But they ran it through about 20 quarterbacks after him up to last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That's why they spent all that money. They're like, we got this. I don't care about no NFL. We got to go for this guy.
Yeah, no.
It's been years.
Yeah.
Hanford Dixon. I remember him. He was a safety, a corner, right?
He was a corner. Yep.
Corner.
Yep.
Okay. And Ozzie was my guy, man, because Ozzie, we had a family member, Johnny Davis, who was Ozzie's buddy. Both of them played at Bama. Johnny was fullback and Ozzie was a tight end. They was the only two brothers on that team in 85, I think. I just realized I was going to the games in Birmingham, and that was after, Sam Cunningham came and lit up Alabama.
Yeah.
And Brad Bryan said, I got to give me a few of them, man. I got to get So he brought in some players, man. But Ozzie, I would put him up there with at least in the top 10 for tight ends. What would you say?
When the Cleveland Browns drafted Ozzie Newsome, somebody in that organization knew what they were doing, because there was very little that Alabama did offensively that showed any kind of the skill that Ozzie Newsome displayed as a tight end in the professional ranks. This kid was sensational getting off the line of scrimmage. He was very good in contact down the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate because a lot of the players today, the fans of today, don't know about Ozzie and what he accomplished back then. But
man,
he was definitely one of the top.
Man, Ozzie was up there, man. All right, so you get you go to Kansas City. How did that happen? Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.